It's early in the afternoon. Thanks to Elimination Chamber coming to you live from Perth, Australia. Good day, mates. I have to say something. It may be a little controversial. Sumo may not like it, but I'm obligated to say that I'm the motherfucking Pit King. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, two-time champion already in 2024. Almost ran the board if it wasn't for freaking Logan Paul. Pissed. Randy Orton was about to win. I would have had the whole entire thing clean. But I guess we got to throw, some of y'all a bone here or there. So welcome to the super early Saturday edition of the Saturday afternoon Wrestlemaniacs. I had to stop myself. So welcome to the show. You got myself, the People's Choice, the two-time champion, Don Rodriguez. Yeah, I know, right? You've got the big guy, KG. And see, he's so mad, he's so salty. He had to leave. He'll be back. But the Nubian Sumo will get his losing behind back here very shortly to be able to eat the crow. He was close. But no cigar. So, KG, what's up, man? How you feeling? How you loving?
I'm good. The Midnight Rider said the supper time Wrestlemaniacs.
Yes, that we are. It's about supper time. What you having for supper? I'm thinking about maybe Papa John's.
I had Popeyes, and I really didn't care for that too much.
At least you got some biscuits, right?
Yeah. Biscuits were great.
Okay,
but they left out my chicken.
I'm over the chicken. They can't win me with chicken. It's all about the taste of biscuits. You know how it is. It's all about the biscuits. So trying to buy some time for Sumo to come in, but he may really be upset. He probably shut down his internet with his losing ass. That's just messed up.
Oh, shit.
I know, right? So we'll go ahead and jump in. Oh, I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I held out hope that I would win this one, but I kind of figured after we made our picks, I was like, yeah, I may not win this one.
How far did you hold out hope? Like chest length, or an arm stretch away? You got at least you got 3.5 inch, a 3.5 foot wingspan in one arm, right?
Yeah. And I wasn't even holding out hope that far. I think after we made our picks and we got off, I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have picked that.
Like I was gonna leave a light on, but it just didn't work out that well. Hey man, not everybody could be a pick champion like me. It's okay. I'm with you. I'll be here to hold your hand the next time. WrestleMania, you could come back actually a tie if you think about it, because we have 2 nights worth of picks.
Yeah.
So,
And here's the crazy part. What if you win night 1 but lose night 2?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. We'll have to figure that out. As long as we don't do a KG tiebreaker, like who's going to win, was it the UFFL or whatever football
something
game?
Like it. I think it was arena football or something like that.
Yeah, you picked some weird mess trying to cheat.
I was not.
Got to watch out for you and your Vegas odds. So we had apparently the Nubian Sumo in spirit. We can't afford to have him physically because he's being whacked right now and jealous and the Buster. So we'll get into what we're going to talk about, because this could be a quick, nice little afternoon stroll. For us, it's about 4 o'clock. So in about a minute. Yep, and still. Don't put that back up. Why you got to gloss over that so quick? Everybody else posts. I'm getting put over, and you're not going to let it stay there? There we go. See? Dang, let the man put me over. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it, man. It's straight up. They just haters, man. It's just salty. It's like, God dang, you mess around and get high blood pressure standing next to them. That's how salty they are.
Salty. Never salty. Never salty. Never salty.
Okay, let's prove that. Where my belt at?
Your belt's at your house.
Oh, that's how you feel?
Yeah, your belt's at your house.
I'm sorry. Where's my championship belt for being the pick champion of all time?
Okay. So, if that's the case. The 10 pounds of gold is...
See, that's how it is. It's somewhere in the corner because you knew this was coming. So you figured to go ahead and just put the salt with the pepper and get it out the way. I see how it is. So let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go straight down like we did for the picks to cover our thoughts on the match. So the first one is going to be for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. The Judgment. Speaking of salt and pepper. And he got a little bit of ground sage. Welcome back, man.
Yeah, my computer decided they want to hear that garbage you was putting out, so it shut down on me.
Now
I want to hear the garbage, but the truth is out there. That's all we got to say about that. The truth is out there. So he's about to jump into the actual recap of the show and then who won which pick. So Undisputed Tag Team Championship match. We had the Judgment Day versus, and I'll get it right, New Cats Republic, our boy Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, which I will say that Bate and Dunne looked amazing as a tag team. Individual, I know they're incredible. But as a tag team, they showed that they could really be in the running for when they get another shot. More so, I've kind of latched on to their capabilities as a tag team immediately, more so than that other team. I think they're on SmackDown. Well, they're not the Anderson boys. I forgot what they call them. It's some weird name, brothers. They actually do some good spots.
Creed brothers.
Yeah. That's probably why I tuned them out because, rest in peace, Carl Weathers. But every time I think Creed, I'm thinking Apollo or Austin Creed. So it's just weird. It's like, man, then he got some vitiligo in that family. But either way, watching New Cats Republic, I was like, man, those guys are really putting in some work. So while we're going, I guess take a pause. Because if you're pouring it, you might as well talk about it. If you're smoking, you might as well talk about it. We don't want to let the people get away from what they really want, me. But we'll let you talk about what you got to say. And then also the fact that all we can see is the word acknowledge. So I'm assuming you're acknowledging that I am your picks champion, undisputed. I'm too young to be a daddy, so that would be the good Lord and Savior. You saw what you
Well, today I'm being powered by the Shadow King by Caldwell. I'm on a different tablet today, so it might be a little dark, but the Shadow King by Caldwell is what I'm smoking on today. And of course, can't go wrong with that Fort Mose, of which you can get some yourself by going to www.buyfortmose.com/discount/maniacs. Get you a 10% discount off of any purchases online. And right now, I believe it's just for Black History Month. If you buy 2 bottles, they will give you free shipping. So you want to check that out. So, and I don't know if, and we also have some commercials that we wound up filming that'll be coming out soon once KG is done performing his magic on those. So be on the lookout for those as well.
The only person I know that's going to put over their own daggone commercial. Can you at least let the people see it first? Then we can
he
talk
has a
about
right
it.
to do that. Let him be.
I ain't going to put over his own commercial.
Because he's his work.
Why would I put on a commercial? Why
Man,
wouldn't
that's some
I?
Marcus tendencies right there. That's some Marcus tendencies. Yeah. Well,
Whatever.
as you know, to be on the lookout for Sumo.
In the words of the Miz, be jealous.
Mm-hmm. And why are you wearing your shirt today?
Because I just decided to wear this one. Why not?
Just checking. Normally there's a meaning behind it. So, in the early
Well, not
afternoon,
today.
you didn't have a chance to do a wardrobe change. So just wanted to give you, your full just due. It's all right. We like
No, it's just the one.
All right. So now that your shameless plug is over, going back to the Undisputed Tag match, KG and myself both picked the Judgment Day. You decided you wanted to live life on the edge and pick the challengers. Obviously, that didn't work for you. But what was your impression of the match?
Match was pretty good. I mean, what I got to see of it, because I think I slept through like 5 minutes of it.
That's the beginning of the show. How you slept through 5 minutes?
It was early, folks. It was not the beginning of the show. It wasn't the first match of the show.
No, pretty much in the beginning. I mean, I slept.
How
I actually kind of missed the Oscar stuff.
How did the first match of the show and Women's Elimination Chamber was first?
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Man, you need to go back to sleep.
I do need to go back
to sleep. Hey, do me a favor. Do me a favor, smile so we can see you. There you go. Right there.
You know what? This guy, once in a while, he may actually slide one past. It's like Flash in Zootopia. Once in a while, you actually gonna get some speed on you. Once in a while, but the rest of the
broken clock. A broken clock at least twice a day.
That's right. And the old broken clock is at least, well, I don't know. Somebody may have to figure that one out. But
let's not make me go into inside baseball over here now. Let's not do that.
Oh Lord.
Don't let me tell the good folks about you.
You ain't got that much to tell.
That's all right. It's enough.
We'll have to talk offline. See what kind of dirt you have.
It got to be a lot. It just got to be enough.
Gonna have to vet that. KG, you go ahead and try to rescue me from Grandpa Moses. What was your thoughts on the match you and I both got correct?
Could have been better. But, I mean, I felt the pay-per-view could have been better anyway. But you also got to talk. I had to watch it in spurts. Now, I didn't get up early in the morning to watch. I had to watch it in spurts. Because I get up early in any other time. I couldn't do it. But it was a good match. Could have been better. Any match could have been better, but just could have been better. If I got to rate it, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10.
All right. I'll take that. Either way, good pick. I'm glad you listened to me. Or at least follow my lead. That was your only one.
You had to throw that in.
I know, right? I can't help it. I got problems. So we'll jump from that to our second pick. What'd you say?
I said, now look who's putting themselves over.
Why would I not put my own self over if I won the picks?
Why can't I put myself over if I did a commercial?
Because you ain't got no job.
God, I got a job.
God, Tommy, you ain't got no daggone job. So, moving on from
I got right only.
You only got 2.
No. I said I'm the only one that got this particular one right.
Well, the one I'm going to talk about, no, it was you and I. And that'll be going in order of the picks, just going in order of the picks that we did. So technically the main event was the second match that we picked, which was Rhea versus Nia. So it was you and I that both picked Rhea Ripley to walk out as Le Champion.
Yeah, I got suckered into that pick. Let's just say that right quick.
Oh, buddy, you have free will.
Mother boy, let me tell you something.
That's right.
You weren't coerced or any kind of way. You had an obligation. You put yourself in that position because whose woman is that?
Mine.
And if you hadn't picked her, what kind of man for your woman would that make you look like?
Dang. He calling you out, Usher.
I'm just saying, it would have looked real funny you picking against your woman just to get a win.
Now she your woman. Was it about a year or some change ago? That was up to interpretation?
Yeah.
Just wanted to keep you honest on that one. But
free will, boy.
Oh man, talk about getting drug across the coals for that one. But as we said, Rhea Ripley walked out as expected by myself and the Nubian Sumo as Le Champion. But I thought it was a pretty doggone good match. I mean, knowing what the end was going to be, but just wanted to see how they were going to get through that journey. Obviously, the crowd was hot for Rhea, so she could do no wrong, and she was feeding on that. Nia did a good job just being Nia, I would say. Rhea went into the bag and pulled out some moves, and tried to get a couple planches out there, and homage to Eddie Guerrero, which was not the best frog splash, but she got some extension on it. We just didn't have any distance.
Why did Nia ever go to the top rope to do anything?
Hey, that's her new thing, okay?
Would you rather
you tell us? You tell us. I'm sure she talked to you about it.
Haven't we learned anything from Sid Vicious?
No.
At a certain, that's like Omos having a top rope repertoire. At certain times, you should not be coming from the top rope. Now, second rope, I can see her doing it. Top rope, she should not be. Leave that to the Alexa. I don't even like Rhea Ripley going to the top rope. Leave that to the Bianca Belairs, the Becky Lynches, and those. Leave that to them, because that's more their style, being aerial.
I do agree with that, though, to an extent.
So wait a minute, hold on now. So you're saying Vader should have never went off the top rope?
I used to hold my breath. Hold on.
Bam Bam Bigelow?
Well, that's a different time.
No.
And they were different athletes.
You're talking about people that weren't human.
My only issue with Nia going up to the top is with Nia going to the top, we knew that it was the go home. We knew that was the go home situation. That was the precursor to
dig that hole, son. Dig that hole, son. Never coming back to your ass.
What's wrong with your boy?
We own one today, man.
Let's just enjoy this for a minute. He popped himself. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I prefer sumo after dark or sumo in the afternoon. See, you'd have made him come off camera. Now you'd have hurt his feelings. You gotta apologize. Come on now, you gotta apologize. You know he's sensitive.
I ain't apologizing for nothing.
You probably got a phone call right now, like this motherfucker here.
What you say about me? I ain't human. What?
You let him talk about me like that? Why aren't you busting up?
Let me clarify. When I say not human, you have certain people in this life that are not of this earth. Bo Jackson is one. Because I'm 42 years old, be 43 later on this year. Bo Jackson is not a fucking human.
Not in Tecmo Bowl.
This man dislocated his back in the place and walked off the field. That's not human. Big Van Vader was 400 pounds and could do a backflip off the top rope perfectly. That man was not human. He did not die. He just went home. Bam Bam Bigelow used to do cartwheels and flips off the top rope. That man was not human. He did not die. He went back home. That's what I mean. They are not of the human descent. You are talking about people that are something totally different and out of this world. When it comes to Nia Jax, is she out of this world? Yes, she is. She's not like most girls. But she cannot do those things. That's not her style. Don't change her up from what she is. She's supposed to be the most dominating woman wrestler in the game right now. That's what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be your Big Show, where she can do moves and be agile. The Big Show is knocking people down with drop kicks. I remember when he kicked the hole in Test's chest on one of the first SmackDowns. I had never seen a human being that big do a drop kick until I found out later that Andre the Giant would always do that too. These are things that she should be doing because that's what she's good at. Her going off the top rope is not what she's good at.
But you don't believe in evolution?
I do believe in evolution. You can't.
She should not add to her repertoire in any way. She should stay on her feet.
She shouldn't add to her repertoire with top rope moves. We're in a time and an era where history has a thing with repeating itself. I don't want to see her go through that. Because, you should go off the top rope. Sid Vicious should have never been on the top rope in the first place. It's not his style. So evolution can be a good thing, but evolution can also be a bad thing when you got the wrong people trying to evolve you into something that you are not.
So what's your feeling on Bronson Reed? That big Aussie goes on top.
Should he? That's the question. Should he?
He can.
He can, but I can jump off my balcony right now. I can. Should I?
Is that a rhetorical question?
But would you advise?
How high is your balcony?
I'm on the second floor. Would you advise it?
You'll survive.
I ain't worried about dying, but would you advise it? Would you advise me getting a running start and diving off the balcony head first and doing a tuck and roll when I hit the ground at 43 years old? 42.
Nah, you probably wind up $1
for yeah.
Just because I can do it don't mean I should.
Yeah, you better try to go over the rail and clip your foot on the rail or whatnot and end up like Top Dollar.
Long as I could get it recorded, get on ridiculousness, being Rob Deerdeck, and we're sitting there talking about it. We may bring back Chanel for that one.
Only way you'll get that is if I scorpion myself, and that's what I'd probably do. I'd probably scorpion myself.
Guaranteed. Like, it's messed up what happened to KG. He on special assignment. He gonna be coming to us from the afterlife.
We get that. We get Muhammad Ali. We got a camera shot on the rail as he going over, and then all of a sudden you hear my neck, my back, my back.
Mm-hmm. Just because I can do it doesn't mean I should.
Well, I guess we'll just have to, leave it up to you justifying that because you're mad that your girl lost. But at the end of the day, I would rather just see something different than the normal Nia coming full steam like a bull. Rhea moves out the way. Nia hits the post. Then she backs up. And the next thing you know, Riptide. That's the normal Nia Jax finish.
Well, she can always come back with that my hole spot.
Did you hear the crowd chant that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, 55,000 people saying my hole. She played it off, though. She didn't acknowledge it. But I would have rather her play into it and mess with the crowd on that one. But
she actually does it in all of her matches now. She just doesn't say my hole. She acknowledges it. She acknowledges it. She'll drop down on the apron and then be walking around the floor with that look. But she won't actually say it. You'll wait for her to say it, but one day she's gonna say it again, just because she's just making people wait.
Yeah, that's the thing. She said
the only thing I wish she would have done, or they would have included in the match, was bring in Rhea over. Once they made the mention that her family was there, dragging Rhea over to where her family was and giving Rhea some chops or just laying on tour with some punches, something like that in front of her family to get the family reaction. That's the only thing I think that was missing from the storytelling part. But other than that, it wasn't a bad match. I mean, I was really expecting it to be a sleeper. When I found out it was going to be the main event, I'm like, oh, fine, I'll watch it. But, knowing what the end result was going to be, I wasn't invested into the match until I watched it. And I was like, it's actually not that bad. So Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. We'll just go ahead and jump into the Elimination Chamber women's. So guess who picked Bex? Big time Bex, the man, my deciding victory. Oh, I'm assuming you were pointing at God, KG, but it was me. I was the guy that decided that, that was the way to go, and that's where they went. But what was your thoughts on the overall setup and flow of the Elimination Chamber for the women? Started off the show, so we knew where we were going. Pretty much, if you would listen to me, you would have known that win, who was going to win the main event. But the women's EC, Sumo, what was your thoughts on that?
It was pretty good. It was a nice way to start the show off. All three of us were right there at the end, though. All of our three picks were right there at the end, so that made it interesting for my in my interpretation of it. They screwed Bianca.
They did. I was about to ask you about that.
Bianca really got screwed out of that one. I mean, but it is what it is. They say they're going to save Bianca for something else, I'm sure. So I'm sure she'll be on WrestleMania somewhere. But
I'll call it now. I think she's going to be the next Money in the Bank winner.
Hold on. Let me stop y'all real quick. Because I seen something on Twitter. Because Bianca Belair was trending. And somebody brought up a point that I never realized.
What's that?
Bianca Belair was Raw champion for 420 days. And she never main evented a pay-per-view.
Well, she main evented WrestleMania.
But that was before she was champion.
Yeah, she never wrestled. She never main evented as champion.
How is that fucking possible?
That is true.
Because she's a woman. Main reason she's a woman. Okay, under Vince at the time. So I mean, yeah.
But
I ain't gonna say the other part because that's automatic when we talk about Vince.
That's
Right. So yeah, go ahead.
Even though she's a woman, you have to look at it like this. And I know we've seen it because we've talked about it. But anybody else has to look at it like this. Pre-COVID and during COVID, if it wasn't for the women and the matches that they put on,
and NXT,
all of that, WWE would have sank to the bottom. It would have been
and me.
And you had Charlotte, Becky, and Bianca. You had all these women main eventing pay-per-views. And then they start main eventing Raws and SmackDowns. And you talk about the highest numbers that you've had in quite some time. But then you go away from that. And you kind of stall the women's revolution. It wasn't the evolution anymore. It was the revolution. And you kind of stall it. But when you got everybody clamoring, nobody watch wrestling for the women. Yes, the hell we do. They put on more technical matches a lot of time, less botches. They hit their spots. They're in and they're out, and they tell a great story with their moves. Everybody does not do that. But you had it, and you went away from it. Then you get what everybody wanted was Bianca being champion, and you didn't even captivate that. You didn't cultivate that, I should say. You had Becky Lynch come back off of maternity leave, beat her in 15 seconds? And you killed everything. When that should have been at least a 3-month build-up to something. Something. Let me get off my soapbox because we got to go. Let's go.
No, I mean, you're telling the truth. So let me ask you this. Since you went there, let's go all the way there. Should there be another Evolution pay-per-view in this current climate?
Hell yeah.
Tiffany Stratton have a phenomenal showing today. So, you know, they've got more viable women that between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT that are, you know, capable, more than capable of having a great show. But is it a premium live event worthy in this climate?
Yes. But whatever you do, don't have it in Saudi Arabia. You want to do it? Do it somewhere like California. Do it in Florida. Do it in nope. Take that back. Where was Glow based at? Nubian Sumo. I know you would know.
I'm not LA. Vegas.
Glow's based out of Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Vegas.
Okay, so you had Glow, you had Pow. Where were all the ladies wrestling? And Shimmer, where they all?
It was all. Based? They were all West Coast. They were all pretty much West Coast.
Yep.
All the ones
you pick a city out there. You put on WWE Evolution. You open the forbidden door, so you start bringing women in. You bring in your Tony Storms. You bring her back. You bring Jordan Grace in again. You bring women from all over, and you really have this thing going. Your main event, all your champions together, whether it's a 6-way or 4-way, I don't give a damn what it is, but you have all your champions together, and they put on a show.
So would you do any title transitions, or would it just be matches just for different scenarios, kind of like a lethal lottery type of situation, but no title implications? That way it doesn't mess up any storylines.
Nah, fuck that. I would do a title transition because guess what? Kayfabe's still alive. You can have a house show and the title can change hands. You can announce it on TV tomorrow.
No,
you had a house show afterwards and the title change hands.
Not in a house show. You can't do it because somebody gonna put it online.
But okay. But if that's the one, because the house show
planned it in the house show, then yeah,
right. But see, nobody,
right.
That's like Jordan Grace. Let's say,
well, she may be WWE bound anyway if they don't get back Scott. So they better figure something out.
Look at you said Tiffany Stratton. Let's say Tiffany Stratton somehow, some way beats Jordan Grace. She's a new Knockouts champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
She shows up to a TNA taping or a show. Jordan Grace invokes her immediate rematch. She gets her belt back. So you keep your storyline going. But she, you know, just for that little amount of time, she's a TNA champion. She's recognized. You know, whoever runs TNA, TKO runs WWE. They sitting there like, hey, you ain't got enough money. Let me put a little bit more money in your pile. All right, we good. We just sitting here counting money. You know, it's like that opening scene from Bad Boys 2. You in the club and they putting money in the counter. Right. They talk about money tapping you, your fucking mother. You know, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Okay.
So, Sumo, would you make this an annual event? Would you add all women show into the annuals with WrestleMania and Royal Rumble, Survivor Series? Would you put all women's in there?
No, I wouldn't make it an every year thing. I'd make it like maybe an every other year thing because I would want to make that something special. I wouldn't want to oversaturate that. So, you know, that way you got more women that will be able to come in. You could kind of you can use it as something special, like KG was saying. You could use it kind of like a star, not Starcade. What's the pay-per-view that New World Class used to have? I can't think now. I'm having a brain fart. But World Class used to have a show where you had AWA, NWA champions. You had wrestlers from all different, like 7, 8 different organizations, and all of their champions came in and, you know, defended their belts at that show. So, yeah. So you know, like you said, imagine like you, and I'm glad KG said it because I didn't want to steal his thunder. Yeah, imagine, you know, like right now you got Rossi Asoa who's about to leave Stardom and start his own organization. Bring him in because he's bringing a whole bunch of people out of Stardom and start his own organization. Bring them in, like you said. Bring in of TNA knockouts. You know, you got free agents out there like Camille who just left NWA and is making videos on YouTube about where she's talking about going. Bring her in. You know, you got Max the Impaler, who would be a beast coming into. She would be able to take the spot that Awesome Kong was supposed to have as Karma.
Yeah.
In WWE, you know, she could come in and make a big impact on WWE, and I mean, yeah, just make it all like an all-star thing, an all-star show.
You know,
but do it every other year. Don't do it every year because, like I said, you don't want to oversaturate a show like that.
You know who you can call though? Call the Nubian Sumo's lady, Trisha Dora. Get her in there. She got to be in that mix.
Oh yeah.
Because I would love to see her and Jordan Grace go. It's like and you know who you got to have backstage. Y'all know who you got to have backstage, help coordinate everything. If she's not even going to perform, you know who you got to have backstage.
Are you going to click
it? Oh yeah.
Of course I'm going to click it. Because he want it on his face, so I'm going to click it. So, you know.
And she about to be on a show in Charlotte tonight. Oh my goodness.
See?
And since I'm bringing it up, if anybody is in the Charlotte area tonight, there is an all-black organization called ASE Wrestling. Tonight, you're going to have the Pan-African World Diaspora World Championship defended Shug Dickinson, who's a champion now, took the belt from Trisha Dora, is going to be defending the belt against I keep getting his name wrong.
Is that how it's spelled?
Yeah, that's how it's spelled. Yes. Who's the guy that's on Ring of Honor?
You gotta be a little more specific.
The commentator for Ring of Honor, black guy. I can't believe I'm messing up his name.
Is that his promotion?
No, it's not his promotion. But look it up for me. Look it up for me right quick, KG. And I apologize to him because I love him. I love his commentary, but I just can't think of his name right now.
Are you talking about Mark Sterling?
No. It's gonna be the no. I'm talking. No. This is an all-black organization.
You said on air. You said on the broadcast team.
Yeah, it's
Caprice Coleman.
Caprice Coleman, yes, Caprice Coleman. I'm sorry, Caprice Coleman. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's going after the Pan African World Diaspora Championship tonight. And Faye Jackson's going to be on that show. It's going to be an all black pretty much card, and I think tickets are going for. I think the highest ticket right now is $50. So it's going to be a loaded. It's going to be a loaded card. It's going to be a nice card. So if I were in Charlotte, I'd definitely be at that show. But just for that one match. But if anybody's in Charlotte right now, and they say that there's supposed to be a way to watch it, there's a link on their website, ASaiWrestling.com. So if you want to go check that out and see if you can look at it online, then I suggest you go try to do so and give them some support. But
definitely in Black History.
But yeah, it's a. Oh yeah, you got Brooke Valentine that you could bring in. You got Willow Nightingale you could bring in. Like you said, Trisha Dora. You got Athena. You got there's so many women out there.
So
yeah,
let me ask you this, then.
Nyla Rose.
Do you think that the WWE should invest in more bigger women to balance out the power scale?
When you say bigger, what do you mean? Bigger in name or bigger in size?
Well,
Size.
I'm saying size and strength, because you've got if we're looking at, and I'm considering big in size and strength as a combination. You've got Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, not Mercedes Martinez, Raquel Rodriguez,
Jade
Nia,
Cargill.
Jade Cargill. Then you kind of get into a little bit of the minutia with like the Zoe Starks. Those are just strong. But yeah, should they bring in more to balance? Because that's always been an issue. We talked about this with Nia Jax, is that she just, the ring post had to be her number one nemesis because there was nobody that can beat her.
But here's the
Or
thing.
even just, match power. But now we have at least 5 women that could be in the mix so she can actually have matches that are matches. Not just, I'm going to squash you, and then in the last minute, I'm going to my hole, and then 1, 2, 3 pin.
But here's the thing. How many women do you know in wrestling across all organizations that are big as in height as well as strong? You don't have very many. Like Bianca,
there's a lot out there. There's a lot out there, but that's what I'm saying. Should the WWE go get them?
When you say
Simo mentioned Willow Nightingale. Willow would be the next Bailey in the WWE, guaranteed. She's already right there with the gimmick.
Yeah,
so she's really over.
But when you say big and strong, you know who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of China. I'm thinking of Nicole Bass. Because those were strong women. I always said it was no woman during the Attitude Era that could match China, which is why when she became champion, I was like, rightfully so. And then when she became champion, and she had the boys in the back scared her.
Right.
There's not another.
The WWE Women's Division is missing a monster. They're missing that. They're missing that 1, 2. Those 1 or 2 women that are unstoppable. Well, I mean, when I say unstoppable, I mean like monster type unstoppable. Like Karma.
Nia is a monster, but
Nia is a monster, but they're not. But she's more okay.
Well, they're not pulling the trigger in the right situation for her to be a monster. Like, if, to your credit, what you're saying, if they would have upset the world today, because if you had her beat Becky Lynch twice, bust her in the mouth twice, then why not be able to leverage that? You can't build her up. I know Rhea Ripley is at home and all this other stuff, and I get it. But man, how shocked. That'd be on a level of Undertaker's streak, which actually may not be broken technically if they're racing Brock Lesnar. Think about that. But
it never happened.
But if that spot, she would have come down and Nia would have kicked out and then just pancaked her. 1, 2, 3. Imagine a reaction and the heat that Nia would have. But imagine that. And then Rhea would have to fight to get back into the match to make it a triple threat.
Two things. To that hater, when I said that if it wasn't for Nia Jax, he wanted to hate on Nia Jax, but if it wasn't for Nia Jax, we would never had the era of the man. To that hater, the 1 finger salute to you. I'm not going to do it on camera because, we got sponsors. But 1 finger salute to you because you called me delusional when I said that Nia Jax created the man. Because she actually did. When she became the face breaker and Becky sold that the way she did, we got that. But where they messed up with Nia Jax is when her and Tamina were the Samoan slaughterhouse and they were running through everybody like X-Lax, you should have let them continue to run. When Tamina decided to take time off, let Nia continue to run through everybody. It didn't have to mean that she was beating the hell out of everybody and then all of a sudden she's champion. No. She just can go through and destroy people, interfere in matches like she started out destroying people. That's it. You have if everybody wants to hate her, you have to take that heel persona. You gotta, what's the word of the day? Cultivate.
I'll take it a step farther, KG. If you're gonna cultivate it, if they really wanted to do it properly in that aspect, she should have walked out when The Rock was talking about the family tree and cut a strong promo right then and there.
Join the bloodline.
Like, this ain't just a guy's sport. Don't forget about that, and then just walked away. If they would have done that, and we would still had the same result, that would have put her at a hardcore level as well. But Nia has been there. They just don't pull the trigger. They go with the storyline and what the long-term booking is, which I get. But if kayfabe is dead, then we need some surprises. We need some OMGs in replace of kayfabe. And this is with TKO, new opportunities, no Vince. They could take some liberties just to shake it up. Again, I say, R-Truth should become IC champion and beat Gunther. Just why not? Just because. I don't know. But we'll leave it at that. We'll see what goes on. We've got Rhea versus Becky Lynch for Mania. In my early predictions, if I had to put my money on it, I don't see Becky beating Rhea. Rhea's too over. She's basically their Rock at this moment. She is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I would say Rhea over Cody is the face of the WWE. Let me know if right or wrong with your thoughts, but that's how I'm looking at it. Rhea over Cody.
I could go with that.
Because my fear for Cody is that once he wins the championship, everybody's going to exhale. Then what? And that's, hopefully they have a solution for that. For the then what? Rhea, she goes to WrestleMania and wins, she's mommy. She goes to WrestleMania and loses, she's mommy. He's still over. But Cody, he gets the championship belt. What do you want to talk about? I don't know, because what do you have left to talk about? You're the champion. But that would be a great time to bring in MJF. That would be a killer moment right there if MJF walked out. But who knows where that contractual status is with AEW while he's injured. But he's been seen in quite a few places that WWE superstars have been. So,
yeah, Tony Khan putting out a whole lot of money here lately. I mean, yeah.
How much you think Sheamus went for? You heard about that,
Sheamus?
Right? Yeah, Sheamus is all elite.
No,
what?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
That's the heavy rumor right now. Even
that's
Twitter.
That's all it is, a rumor, because Gunther's also come out saying that he's ready to take on Sheamus whenever he comes back.
If he comes back, but keep your eye on that. That may be an early spoiler.
We don't know Sheamus's contract status. I know Drew McIntyre. He's on. He just did he, or did he just get an extension until they put his contract together?
I think him winning the Elimination Chamber, hint, let's go into the next match, is a caveat to him getting signed. Now, if you think about
that's just them saying, we're going to work with you. We want to keep you, but we need to work on this contract, and he's not budging.
Well, I see this as their transition. He beats Seth, because I don't think Seth is fully healed. Seth will be good for Mania, but I don't think he's back healed. He still may need some more time. I mean, I wish and I hope that he is, but if we still have that issue, this solves Seth because he'll beat Seth Rollins. And it also solves Damian Priest.
All I know is that they're trying to keep him real bad, because I don't know if anybody paid any attention yesterday, but you had 3 former WWE talents win titles yesterday in a 24-hour period.
Nick Mustafa
Nick Nemeth and Matt Riddle.
Yep.
All one time.
Doubling down.
Nick Nemeth got the global championship off of David Finlay in New Japan. Matt Riddle got the television title off of Hiroshi Tanahashi in New Japan. And Mustafa Ali is your new X Division champion in TNA. And Nick Nemeth is signed with TNA. So that global championship can show up on TNA television.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing New Japan and TNA together.
Which is
so
good. I expect Dolph Ziggler to show up again down the road. This is his Drew McIntyre moment. It's long overdue.
He's going to end up coming back to WWE at some point.
He'll go in the Hall of Fame. And just think, with this TNA situation, if what's that group called? It begins with an A, not Aspire. What's the
group?
Anthem,
yeah.
Yeah. If Anthem does sell,
I was getting ready to say Anchor.
If Anthem does sell, I think TKO may buy him. And then that would naturally just bring him back anyway. Because they're going to be in some trouble if they don't solve this Scott D'Amore issue, in my opinion, if they're just trying to wait it out. Or they better start figuring out where they're going to get some talent from. If the majors, Jordan Grace leaves, and some of the others decide they just want to go ahead and walk out.
They've got talent. I mean, they got the deal. They got the deal with CMLL.
Yeah.
They're tied into New Japan right now, so they got that. And they're doing some work with WWE, little bit, but it's there where they could do some things with them. So they've got some things. They got some things in the works. I'm sure AEW can slide up in there some kind of way and work with them too. So it's a matter of how this new guy, who's not a wrestler, who's not wrestling savvy, can come in, because they're gonna have to bring somebody in that's wrestling savvy to kind of ride his coattail and be like, tap him on the shoulder, be like, yeah, you need to move this way instead of that way, But yeah, like you said, we're just gonna have to see where that goes. But I don't even know if Anthem is in WWE's radar, to tell you the truth. I mean,
well, any acquisition is going to be within the radar. It may not be about the name, but it's TNA. If they can scoop up that and leverage that to be part of the next negotiation round for the next Netflix deal, so mid period through the Netflix deal, they say, hey, we just also brought on TNA, so that gives us a lot more content for you to stream. Their old library plus what they're putting out now. So technically, you've got two promotions.
Because actually, wait a minute. If I'm not mistaken, TNA already has a deal with TKO because they're using them for their streaming, aren't they?
To an extent, but not we own you, or we own the TNA brand. So
right. They don't own it. They actually have a relationship.
Yeah. So that's just framework. You're building a framework up. And like I said, now that they see an opportunity, like, hey, y'all can get out. We'll go ahead and, kick the money over and let y'all get out clean now. Or you could ride the wave and hope that somebody that doesn't know the wrestling industry can book, let me give you a reference link, WCW Jim Herd. Just read about that and then come back and let us know what you think. So we'll see. But you did mention AEW. I do want to give a plug because it's still out there. And, we still have some love for AEW. I know we've been a little heavy in the WWE, but 'tis the season. And we've been a lot more heavier in New Japan. 'Tis the season. But this is coming up, Sting's last Dynamite. and then we'll have his last Rampage and possibly Collision. So if you're not actively watching AEW, I was about to say TNA, you got me thinking TNA now, but AEW, make sure you go ahead and give them some ratings love for the icon Sting as we go towards Revolution and his retirement. And then also go take a look at Wardlow's promo. He delivered a promo that was almost a shoot. If it wouldn't have ended with a gimmick line at the end, I would have thought, like, this was a shoot. How the heck is he pipe bombing and Tony Khan's allowing it? But he delivered a hell of a good promo, and he should be one of the top guys. So make sure you watch Dynamite to support Sting. Hopefully do something nice for him. And then if nothing else, you got Nate's there too. Tony Storm is entertaining. Soraya's brother is now in Ring of Honor. So he finally made it. The Nightman is available to wrestle in the U.S. final. It took long enough. From every time I think about him, all I think is ruck from Fighting with My Family. That scene is like hilarious. So make sure you watch some All Elite Wrestling this week.
And I will give a big shout out to Tony Khan. I will, because he gave me probably the biggest kayfabe pop that I've had in a very long time.
Really? What was it?
And I was very appreciative of it. I mean, when I'm like, let's put it this way. I haven't had a pop like that, personally. So no. I haven't had a pop like I had off of this since WrestleMania 19.
What?
When Brock Lesnar missed that shooting star press. This is the biggest pop, and I mean, it was something small. It was something small, but it was significant to me. Okay. Now, you all know how I feel about world title status with belts. They just put people putting world title on just about anything, any belt or whatever. Like, they're trying to make the NXT belt now world title for some reason. They keep saying the NXT. Some people keep saying NXT world title. Right. Pisses me off, but it is what it is. Revolution Pro Wrestling had a show called had their latest show, which was Will Ospreay's last show with Rev Pro.
Right.
Main event of the show was Will Ospreay going after the undisputed British title against Michael Oku, which was an instant classic. I mean, those two guys, when those two guys get together, they are instant classics. And if you get a chance to watch it, I would suggest you do so. But the very first match on that card was a 6-man scramble. And they with 6 guys in the ring at the same time. For first person to pinfall submission, whatever wins, right? Mm-hmm. They're getting ready to start the match, and all of a sudden, here comes Orange Cassidy.
Yep.
Orange Cassidy comes down the aisle, does his intro, does his walk down and everything, gets in the ring first, and then passes the belt to the referee and makes the match an AEW International Championship match. Mm. Now, I knew from watching a clip on Instagram that he was there, but I didn't know that he put the title up. He just made that title. He just gave that title world title status by doing that one match. And the only reason that they even did the match was to push All In at Wembley.
Right.
Because when he won the match, that's all he did was push the Wembley show. I get that. I understand that. But the fact that Tony Khan had the sense enough to make the international championship an actual international championship. He put the belt up in a promotion that was not AEW.
Right.
That's how you make a world title belt. That's one of the three ways to make it a belt. One of the more legitimate ways to make a world title belt. And I sat there and I watched that match, and I was just with a smile on my face and just appreciative of the fact that he did that. And I'm just giving him his flowers right now for having the sense to make that happen.
KG,
So just simple.
that tag TK in it.
You say what?
Clip Sumo, tag Tony Khan in it. We know he replies or reposts a comment, so he definitely I think would enjoy that credit.
Will do.
Because that mean I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, no, he didn't. No, this is not happening. Wow. Oh, I'm like, I actually had to catch myself. It was genuine. It was something that I was like, it wasn't just to be like, oh, that's interesting. That's cool that he did that. It was almost like I was there.
Yeah. And the sad thing is that feeling for us smart marks or those of us with some season in the game, we don't have that often anymore. The last time I felt like that was when the Hardy Boys came back at WrestleMania. Where you just had that feeling because The Rock showing up from time to time is like, it's nuanced now. It's like, but those moments where they really get you and you just flash back to, again, I talk about it forever that, for the longest time, I thought Yokozuna was Japanese. Made me hate, I hated the Russians, not because of all the Cold War stuff and everything. I hate them because of Nikita and Ivan Koloff. That was, like, oh my God, I can't stand Russia. I can't believe they did, it was that level of kayfabe buy-in, and to have that opportunity, to have that little piece of something come back to you once in a while is special. So, not to be all mushy and stuff, but I'm glad you got that moment, Sumo, because not all of us get it frequently. So congratulations on that. So while we're talking about championship implications and everything else, let's go ahead and round this out with thoughts, because Sumo, you picked right for the men. Drew McIntyre is, as we mentioned earlier, going to be facing Seth, however that plays out. But just talk about why you picked Drew, whereas I thought it was Randy Orton. KG thought it was going to be Randy Orton, but you decided to go ahead and buck the system and put your money down on Black.
Well, like I said earlier, you got the contract situation. They're trying to keep him around. You got all the stuff that's been happening with him and his storyline here recently. Pretty much them pushing him, in this I don't care as long as it benefits me attitude, because he took advantage of every situation that happened in that Elimination Chamber. Mm-hmm. I mean, the run-in with AJ, the whole thing, the whole match. He just took it. Every elimination he got was a situation that he took advantage of from somebody else doing the work. So, that's just. And he's been kind of perpetuating this the whole time with this new storyline and whatnot, and this new way of thinking. But this put it over. This is what actually made put over the fact that this is his now new way of thinking. So I figured they would perpetuate that and just give it to him. Plus, he's most likely the next in line anyway for that belt. So I've been thinking that for a while.
He can carry the weight while Roman's gone. If
yeah,
he could be that guy, that level of Roman, as he would say it, quote unquote, is in God mode, but at least come close to the light to be able to walk and carry both brands. Really, if you think about it, is what Roman is doing, carrying both brands with his storyline. But is Drew ready for that?
Remember, he was the original chosen one,
right?
So this is
but
just
he can't say that because he has to be chosen by who. So they can't lean into that though.
No, he can't really lean into it, but he could actually, and he probably won't say it, but he could bring out the fact that, like I said, I am the original chosen one. This is my place. This is where I should have been in the first place. I should have never left the WWE. This is my destiny. This is what should have been happening the whole time. Mm-hmm. So he could actually lean into that if they really wanted him to. But yeah, I can see him doing that. I mean, and plus, like you said before, this is his shot. Well, no, you didn't say it. I was having a conversation earlier with Raj and some other guys. William Thompson, he's busy with his daughter this weekend in Atlanta right now. So shout out to him. He was saying, this is their way of making up to Drew for his title reign during COVID and giving him a championship to defend within a crowd and with the audience. So just another way of bringing him in as far as, you see, we working with you. You see, we want you around. We go ahead and sign this contract so we can get this thing going. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we'll go ahead and start wrapping things up because, it's early afternoon and, there's some daylight out there. You may want to get into it. We ain't got no time. That's nighttime, that they be putting the elbow on the neck that we got to wrap it up. But in the daytime, we don't have any rules. There's no rules in the daytime.
See, here's the thing. You always say we don't have any rules in the daytime. Get the phone calls. I do.
What happened to the banner? Who changed the banner?
We had to clean it up.
Whoa! I didn't catch that until what? What kind of shit? What kind of mother?
We had
sons of.
We had to clean it up a little bit. Had to clean it up.
God.
Why am I being prohibited?
I don't like the censorship. I thought we had the free speech.
I knew you guys wouldn't. I knew they wouldn't like it.
Dang. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody about this.
With the moves that we're planning on making and that we're attempting to make
next week's a Sam Jackson
I've called
episode.
Johnny Cochran about this quite a few times.
I need to get Stephen P. New on
this. Yep.
I need to get Stephen P. New on this because everybody on YouTube is cussing. If Jim Cornette can cuss, I can cuss.
It's because I was saying a bad word at the end of the show last week, wasn't it? Is that my punishment? You putting it on me? Don't blame the whole show.
No, it's not just it's not just the YouTube. It's the TV channels as well. So yeah. Gotta sweep around the front door a little bit.
Well, censor standards and practices, guy.
I smell a meeting coming. Oh Lord, I smell a meeting coming.
You go ahead and start wrapping us up for real, standards and practices, guy. Can't believe you caved.
Ooh. What?
This is a safe show.
You blaming me?
This is a safe show. We're the bad guys. We supposed to be the rebels. And the rest of the shows could be all nice.
I know, right?
PC. We the ones that cause trouble. It's Saturday. We ain't got no job.
just affected my whole gimmick. I can't even say my outro anymore.
Yup, you ruined it. I'm calling.
You just ruined my outro.
Well, okay, look. There's concessions that had to be made. That wasn't one of the concessions now.
Jesus.
But y'all coming at me like I did this. I didn't do this.
You did that?
Out now.
You did that?
I did that because I was told to do it. I did what I was told that I didn't do it. I come home, I go to work. That's all I do. I didn't do this.
You know what? I can't deal with this. All I gotta say is please make sure you take a look at your stocks and bonds. See, that's as clean as you're gonna get it.
Well, I didn't want that clean.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, snitches.
Damn. Man, this shit is some bull.